especially with Chris's injury. Can you talk about the experience, how that's gone with them this year?
Well, you know, Elson was a backup player at Washington and played two years and played minutes on good Washington basketball teams. And so sometimes when transfers have sat out a year and then they come in and play right away, it takes them a while. But because he's had to be such a main focus for us offensively, I think it's helped him adapt quicker from a confidence standpoint. Jordan Green was thrown into action because Chris went down, you know, and Jordan's been having a good summer, and he had a good summer. He had a real good fall in workouts, but he missed about 2 weeks with mono, so he missed. He was out about the same time I was out, and for him to come back and bounce back and be a presence is just a testament of his character and how hard he's worked to come back. And both of those guys have done a good job for us.
Coach, is the outside shooting something you're concerned about, or is it something you're kind of willing to accept without Chris in the lineup?
Shooting?
Yeah.
You know, I think it was a problem they had last year at times, you know, and lost Walkup and lost B.J. Holmes, 2 shooters, and probably replaced them with one in Elston. So, you know, it's an area that going into the year when I first got the job I was concerned about. It's an area I have concerns about now, but we've got to accept it and try to work around it the best way possible and get better at it. We've got some guys who are capable of shooting the ball, and they've got to get better at it because the quality of the opponent's going to get better. And, you know, Stephen F. Austin missed some shots that Florida won't miss.
Outside of just getting in the gym and shooting more and more, how do you go about working with that? And also, how much do you think the return of Chris will help on that front? Well,
the return of Chris will help a lot because it opens up the floor a little bit. People don't have to just focus on one guy. If you notice, Stephen F. Austin played off of our point guards and really helped in the post. And it's hard to hide 2 guys. So with Chris, it'll definitely make us, better in a lot of ways. Just because his presence on the floor, our guys have confidence with him on the floor. He's a very good passer. He can get the ball inside. We expect him to make us better offensively right away.
What areas did you see Chris improve this summer?
Chris's strength has gotten better, and he's been more assertive in a leadership position, and we're trying to get him more aggressive. And other than that, I haven't seen him really practice. So because I was out when he got hurt, I'm looking forward to getting him back.
Coach, how do you feel your man pressure defense, especially, I know you had some worries with guys guarding the ball. How do you feel like that's progressing, and what have you guys been doing in practice to get that improved?
Well, I think we've gotten better, but we still struggle guarding the ball. We're not pressuring as much. If you look at Stephen F. Austin, they only had 6 turnovers, and a credit to the way they take care of the ball, but also we can't bother a lot of people defensively. But we still have to get better. We had too many baseline drives on ball screens where our guards didn't do a really good job of forcing them into the ball screens. That was one of the biggest weaknesses in watching that game, that they drove baseline too many times. In the first half, we rotated pretty good. In the second half, we didn't rotate as well.
Are you pleased that even if your offense isn't, it seems like your defense has really shut some teams down of late, holding them to what are some record numbers of late over the past few years, at least shooting percentage-wise?
Yeah, I think the first half we really play well defensively. In the second half, there are lapses, one because we had leads, but also the quality of opponent that we're going to play is going to make it a little bit more difficult for us defensively, and I'll know a little bit more about that as we see tougher people.
You had talked about potentially playing some zones because of some concerns with the man-to-man, and Syracuse was able to kind of do a few things against Florida with some zones. Is that something you guys have been working on at all, or is it kind of out the window with the way they've been playing?
No, we'll have a zone. I've always had a zone, and depending on the years, how much I use it or not. So we'll be prepared to play zone if we have to.
Coach, do you think this team has established an identity just yet, or are you guys still kind of searching for that?
Identity right now without Chris has been to get the ball inside. You know, with the Ray Turner's play and David LeBeau, those two have been consistent scorers for us. And, you know, I think that's going to continue to be an identity for us offensively. I think it'll open up the floor for us on the perimeter. Last game, there was definitely more definition on how I want to play, you know, and I felt more comfortable because we ran under control. We got some easy baskets at times. We got the ball inside, and when we didn't just go one-on-one. And so offensively, I thought that was good, and then defensively, I think we're just trying to take off from last year's team and build on that.
Sam Houston has played some pretty tough teams, took Texas to the wire in Austin. What do you expect from them on Wednesday?
Another good Southland Conference opponent, a team that's used to winning. They've had great success over the years, and you know, I know they'll be excited to come into here, and we need to play like we played against Stephen F. Austin. If we don't, you know, it'll be a tough, really, really tough game for us, like I thought Stephen F. Austin would be if we didn't play well.
You had mentioned the other day that you hope to have Chris in about a week. Is that time? Are you still on course for that timetable, or is it depending?
Well, I'll know a little bit more today how much he practices. He hadn't done any defensive stuff with us, but offensively he's done some things with us. We're not in a rush, so you know, if not Wednesday, hopefully Saturday we'll have an opportunity to see some action.
What have you seen from film on ULM?
Nothing. I don't look that far ahead. You know, I know their record, I know their coach, and I know how they like to play. So, but I don't look that far ahead. I really concentrate on one game and concentrate on our team. I'm still learning our team, so I'm worried about us more so than the opponent at this point.
In terms of personally, you feeling better every day? How's everything going?
Yeah, last game I felt great, best I felt. It's been a great thing. I am getting better every day, and those who are praying for me, keep praying, because I embrace the prayer and embrace what God's doing in my life in this situation.
Coach, are there guys that are shooting the ball really well in practice, but maybe not transferring that over to game, whether it's just, you know, not getting enough shots up in games and feeling comfortable and that kind of thing?
Really well would be a stretch, but they do shoot it better in practice.
Have there been any guys that you've maybe taken aside and said, you know, we really need you to start stepping it up as far as?
Well, I really challenged all of our guys in the last game. You know, Elston, I thought he passed up. He missed one or two early, and he didn't want to take one, and I got on him pretty good about it. You know, you're in there to shoot. If you're not going to shoot, we're going to put somebody else in there. Najee, I'm trying to get him some confidence. We brought Zach Kinsley in here to be like a zone buster, and he's our best shooter in percentages and drills. So as he gets comfortable, maybe he can help us.